Hello everyone, welcome to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. We are in System Verilog OOPS series where we are learning System Verilog OOPS concepts. If you have not gone through the previous lectures in the System Verilog OOPS series, I request you to please go through that because this is a continuation of previous lectures. Today we are going to learn about static class methods. What are methods in class? Methods is something which will operate on your class variables. The method can be either task or a function. This is the definition of class methods. Now, what is static class methods? In the previous lectures, we had learned a lot about static variables. There can also be static class methods. What are these? A static class method is a method which is actually a task or function, and it can be called outside the class without instantiation. You don't need to create the instance of a class. You can directly call it. Why? Because this is at the level of class. This is not at the level of object. That's the meaning of static. We had seen in the previous lectures. Whatever you declare as static, it is at the level of class, not at the level of object. That's why whenever you declare any method as static, it can be called outside the class without even instantiating that class. What are other things that can happen in static method? A static method cannot access the non-static variables. It's a static method, so it cannot access any non-static variable. It can directly access other static class variables and methods of the same class. In whatever class that static method is defined, there will be some static variables and methods in the same class. Only those static variables and methods it can access. It cannot access non-static variables and methods, and it can be called outside of the class without instantiation. One very important thing which you should remember is when you are trying to access non-static members or even this handle. We will learn about this in detail, but this is a special class handle. When you are trying to call any non-static members, on non-static class members can be a non-static variable or a non-static method which is defined inside the class. Whenever you call such things within the body of a static method, that will result in compilation error. It will result in compiler error. It will fail at the compile stage itself, not even simulation. At the compile itself, you are going to see the failure because this type of access to non-static members or this handle within the body of static method is illegal. It is not allowed in System Verilog. That is why you are going to see compilation time error. Sometimes you might be asked confusing question wherein they tell you that a non-static member or a this handle is called within the body of static variable. You need to instantly say that this is going to result in compiler error. Why? Because such a thing is not allowed in System Verilog. You can't access any non-static member inside the static method. That's why it's illegal and it will result in compilation error. Now what we will do, let's see a coding example of static class so that these points are more clear. This is the coding example of static class. Let's understand the code. I have defined a class called static class methods in which I have a static variable class ID which is of type int. It's a static variable and I have initialized it to 0. And I have another variable dest id which is also int initialized to 0, but it is not a static variable. It's a non-static variable. I have a static function which is incrementing the class ID. Class ID is a static variable. That's why my static function, this is a static method. Static method can be either function or task. In this example, I have used function. So since this is a static function, it can access other static variables or functions within the class. So here it's accessing a static variable class id, and what it is doing, it is incrementing the class id by 1. Remember, we had discussed static variables in the previous lecture where we had seen that these variables are at the class level, not at the object level. Only one copy of this variable will be held for all the classes, all the class objects. Only one copy. Even if you create multiple objects, only one copy will be created for class ID, not multiple. Then it's displaying a statement inside static function print id, and it is returning class id. Its return type is int, and it is returning class id. Then I have another function get dest. This is not a static function. If you see, this is a non-static function. It is taking an argument, integer argument dest, and it is assigning whatever argument user gave, it is assigning it to dest id. And then it says inside the function get dest, and it returns the destination id. Then I have a module static methods test. Here, remember, we had seen that the static methods can be declared even with static methods can be accessed even without instantiation. So here you see, I did not create any instance, I did not create any object of static methods class. I am directly calling this print id. Print id is a static method. I am directly calling here. I am just giving the name of the class and the scope resolution operator, and I am giving the name of the function, and then I am displaying, assigning this value. Since it's returning an integer value, you can see the return type of the function is int, and it returns class id. So whatever class id this function is returning, I am assigning to a int variable id, and I am displaying it. I have run this code. Here if you see, the first thing is we are calling static, inside static methods class we are calling print id. What happens in print id? It will increment the class id by 1, and it will print this thing, and it will return the class id. This is all the things which is happening. So here if you see, I have run this code, and it has already completed its run. Okay. Now here if you see, inside static function print id, it's printing this. And what it should have done here, the class id was 0, it should have incremented by 1. So when I display this, it should be 1. It is returning this class id which I have assigned to id, and when I am displaying this id, I am getting 1, which is correct. Now let's do one thing. What we will try to do, instead of class id, let me try to increment dest id, and here I'll try to return also dest id. Let's see what's happening. I'll try to run this. What do you think should happen? See, explicit lifetime definition is required for a local id initialized at declaration. Cannot access non-static class member dest id from static method without specifying class object. I already told you that the static methods cannot access the non-static variables, and dest id is not a static variable which I am trying to access. That's why I am getting this compile time error. It's saying I cannot access the non-static class member dest id from the static method. So this is just a sample example I gave you for practice. This is how you can create. Now what you do, you understand the static methods in detail, understand this example, and create your own examples. Here I have taken function, you can take task. Here I have tried calling a static variable, a non-static variable. You can try to call some other variables. You can try to call some methods inside this method. You can try to display this destination id also. You can try to call a static method inside a non-static function, see what happens. All these permutation combination you should try. Okay, because as much as you practice, that's when the concepts get clear. The more you practice, the more the concepts will get clear. Understand all these concepts properly. I'll make all your concepts clear, give some sample examples, and then how much you practice, it's on you. I hope all these lectures are really helping you, and all these are easily understandable. We are going to cover a lot of more topics. To stay tuned to such content on VLSI, please subscribe to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. Thank you.